Now, the F-16, even though it's quite old, it's extremely effective. So this is good for air-to-air combat, for dogfights, and air to ground bombing. So basically hitting targets on the ground, taking out targets on the ground, and also shooting down other jets. Now, the thing is that even though the F-16 is really good at these things, what does Zelensky think they're going to do? Are they going to have dogfights with Russian planes? This makes no sense, because the cheaper and the smarter thing to do would be to train the Ukrainians to fly the same goddamn planes that they already fly, meaning Soviet and Russian era. So Soviet era and Russian jets, right? I mean, you have to keep in mind, man, the Ukrainian pilots have always been trained on that equipment because they were part of the Soviet Union. So they have all this crap lying around. And even before, it's just they kept the same system. Zelensky's, a feverish attempt to transition to a NATO armed military. I mean, it's like he doesn't grasp that these things are very, very costly, very difficult to maintain. You need the logistical supply line just to maintain the goddamn things. You need the crew members who can fly them, those who can repair them, and this applies for tanks as well, by the way. But tanks, you can relatively, compared to a jet, train crews much faster. I think it would be easier to take a person off of the street who is not a pilot and teach them how to fly the goddamn thing. Or okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Let's say just somebody who flies civilian aircraft. It will be easier to teach them to fly an F-16 than to transition someone whose muscle memory, whose brain, whose eyes, whose reflexes, whose entire goddamn body has been trained to operate Russian weapons into using an F-16. It's like they have to unlearn most of what they know and then reprogram. It's very difficult, man. That must be fucking excruciating and such a pain in the ass. You're much better off just giving them Russian stuff. And also, why don't you pay for it yourselves, Zelensky? You pay for the goddamn things. I don't want to pay for your shit. Sorry, I just don't. And I think most people in the West don't want to pay for your shit. If they understood, and I think everyone's starting to understand where this thing is going, that all of the tax dollars and tax pounds and tax euros that people pay are going into the coffers and the bank accounts of Raytheon and General Dynamics and BAE Systems. No one wants that. We're sick of it. And food has become expensive. Gas is expensive. Everything is expensive. Just fucking sit down and speak with Putin and end this damn thing. You don't need F-16s. You need good diplomats. You need people who know how to negotiate. You need people to back you and put you on the right course towards diplomacy, not more war. What's the war got accomplished? And I say this to both Russia and Ukraine. What has been accomplished? Nothing.